right here on the Fanatical Elfz post-game show, and Steve Gill joins us. And I'm still shaking. I'm still stunned. We're calling this Kardiac Kids 2.0 because they are the new updated Kardiac Kids. Holy
kids.
Oh,
holy
the Browns, they stunned the Colts late. What a roller coaster, like they said. I had to turn down the sound off the TV guys because they were annoying as hell. Listen to the radio broadcast. And on that last damn play, I watched those series from the fourth down play. I didn't think Kareem got in, but yes, he did. And the Browns win, and they had to stop him on defense. And they got another turnover, another strip of Gardner Minshew, and the Browns win 39-38. How you doing, Steve?
Well, like I texted you at the end of the game, I said, let's wait and do a post-game show for 30 minutes because I have to go in my backyard and scream. And that's what I did.
Well, I had my mom calling, wife calling.
This is I thought last week was a signature win for Kevin Stefanski.
Yes. No.
This is it. I didn't agree with some of his play calling, especially on second down. Second down, he really, really was bad. I mean, you get like 4, 5, 6 yards on first down, second down, a loss, and I'm just screaming at the TV. But that last series, excellent play calling. Very good play calling. Hey, by the way, John, Elijah Moore showed up.
He did. Those passes from PJ, they seem like they're floating in the air forever when you watch them on TV. And I thought, oh, holy shit, that's going to get picked off. And lo and behold, it didn't. And then you see Moore catch the ball, and you're like going, get out of bounds. It's not like, what are you doing? So, man.
Let's start with Myles Garrett.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
Okay, I have never seen anybody jump over a center, land on his feet, and block a field goal. I've never seen that.
A defensive end, nonetheless. A defensive end right up the gut, like I'm just stunned.
He kept them in the game the first half. He cost the Colts 17 points.
I saw that.
The Browns
yes,
got 2 touchdowns off of his turnovers, and then he cost the Colts that the field goal with the block. So first half belongs to Myles Garrett. Second half belongs to our new kicker.
Holy cow. Absolutely.
Yarder. I mean, 3 more 50-yard field goals. He has now 7 on the year. 7
unreal.
50-plus yard. A 58-yard. His longest was 56, and he had room on that 58-yarder. So, and special teams. I'm going to give it up for Bubba Ventrone. They were fantastic today.
I have so many things to talk about. My God, we have so much to unravel. We don't have time tonight, so you're gonna have to join us on our upcoming shows here on the Fanatical Elfz.
I'm going to do my Dog Pound South podcast tomorrow, so I'm going to sleep on it if I can sleep, and I'll roll some stuff. But we're going to talk about this all week.
I mean, the idea that the Browns, they got the lead, and they got up 30-21. Kind of about midway through the third quarter. I wrote a bunch of notes, got a lot of, big plays, all this stuff. But when I looked the last time that the Colts had the ball, or one of the last possessions they had it, they put up a stat on the TV saying that they had gained 459 yards against our defense, the Browns defense, which is tremendous. We weren't sure how that was going to go. But just the idea that the Browns get that lead, and, to the Colts, credit, and they made some big plays, and the Browns missed tackling, just some misplays, miscommunications.
Yeah, that Pittman touchdown could have been a backbreaker.
But, they came through. And for them to have to get the touchdown with a little bit over 2 minutes to go and orchestrate that drive, and then to have Kareem Hunt get the final. You know, they tried get a little cute on the
Samuel's joining us.
Sam's joining us. So to get him to you know, hey Sam, we're live, so join us.
Hello,
Sam. We are live.
Hello.
So welcome in. We are just over the moon. We're still calming down from our stress levels.
My heart rate still hasn't gone down yet.
Well, Sam, we're calling this Kardiac Kids 2.0 because the original Kardiac Kids were back in the 1980 year, and these brownies are doing some of the damn same stuff that we saw when we were kids, and we're just like we're talking about the last drive. When you were more.
I was an adult.
So what do you think, Sam? How do you feel, Sam?
I'm really excited, but I think the offense looked terrible. The offense was really bad. I mean, Myles Garrett should probably be Defensive Player of the Year. He's
right now,
incredible.
Just give it to him.
I think he single-handedly won us this game. Basically, those 2 forced fumbles were pretty important. But
especially in that first half,
yeah, the offense looked really, really bad, and so that's I think the biggest worry.
Except Sam, they got it together in that last drive, which I don't think any of us, we were all hopeful.
Give Kevin Stefanski credit for that last drive.
Yeah, except for that pitch play he did on the 1 yard line when he made PJ Walker throw the ball at Njoku's face.
Yeah,
that was annoying.
The Utah pass.
And then the stinking pass to Jerome Ford, where he pitched it to Jerome Ford and it fell behind him and they lost like 10 yards. I don't know why he keeps running these plays.
What about Pierre Strong, though? Let's talk about Pierre Strong for a second. This kid is strong. South Dakota State Jackrabbit. I just like what we're seeing. Well, before we get to Pierre Strong, we got to give it up to Jerome Ford. He got the Browns on the scoreboard right away. 69-yard burst. Some people compared it to seeing Nick Chubb out there. He looked a little bit like Nick Chubb, and as he galloped for the touchdown, which was tremendous. He tweaked his ankle a little bit later in the game. So Pierre Strong, I'm telling you, just had a nice couple runs in that last drive.
Yeah, I think he did good.
We
got to give credit to Kareem Hunt too.
Yes. Oh yes.
Kareem Hunt was looking really good too.
And having someone like Strong. Having Kareem Hunt out there and getting him back, considering what has happened to Nick Chubb, I just think he's got a different mentality, and I think it's helping drive and keeping the spirits up, especially on the offensive side of the ball, where we have a lot of questions going into this week. Deshaun Watson started off and played pretty crappy. Made some interest, and when he fell, a lot of us thought, "Oh God, maybe he hit his head, maybe he would be concussed."
I thought he hit his head.
He looked like unconscious for a second there. He looked right. I was confused.
But then they medically cleared him. We'll see if that stays the case.
And then they didn't even play him.
Well, they said Kevin at halftime said Steady Eddie said he wanted to play it safe.
Yeah, and I think that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I appreciate the kind of keeping him out and letting PJ Walker play.
Well, and the thing about it, I sense, and probably you guys do too. I mean, despite PJ Walker not being the greatest quarterback of all time, he's doing some things with this group that I mean, I don't like a lot of it, but I don't know. He came off a big win off the 49ers, so I didn't feel so uncomfortable with him back there in this game. Now, moving forward, that's going to be enough. I mean, there are people asking to trade Deshaun. I reposted something.
People trying to call for trading for Kirk Cousins.
Well, that name's been thrown out there, and there's some other, players out there. I mean, Brad Steinbach and some other guys out there on social media are already pushing, what are the Browns going to do at that quarterback position? And is Deshaun okay? Steve, what do you think?
Well, if PJ Walker is going to play again, he's going to have to clear waivers first. He's been called up 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
So they can send him back to the practice squad, and he's fine.
Okay.
He's a 2+ year veteran, so nobody can pluck him off our practice squad unless he wants to go. And I don't think he wants to go. So I agree. They're going to have to address the backup quarterback. They're going to have to find somebody. And right now, the options aren't the greatest in the world.
Yeah.
So
you're saying is
you
they
just
want to
don't know. You don't know about Watson. I mean, he did hit his head. He looked very rusty for a guy who hadn't played since week 3. So, can you get him ready in time for a 3:00 game on the West Coast, Seattle? He's going to have to practice Wednesday. He's going to have to throw the ball on Wednesday.
He threw one interception, probably 2, but the second one got called back or didn't count, right? I think So I mean,
I think so.
Yeah, but that
was the one that was the play he got hurt
bad.
on.
He did. Yes, and I guess I'm getting to the
his
point.
His first pass was at the receiver's feet. He was open for a first down, and he threw it at his feet, and it was a wobbly pass. So
do you
he is
both
rusty, definitely rusty.
So Sam and Steve, do you think? I mean, we're still so early in the season, but we continue to be worried about Deshaun, both his medically health wise, and now we're still talking about rust, and it's just
I know.
It just feels really yucky, and everybody is talking about it. And I'm sure the Browns aren't real happy about it right now either. And again, that's why you've got to give this is like Steve, you just said before Sam came on the air. This is even almost a bigger win for Stefanski than even last week's win against the 49ers, considering the circumstances again.
Yep.
I mean,
when he had to make good play calling in that last drive, he did.
Yeah.
But you either have to sign PJ Walker to your active roster, or you send him down and bring in another quarterback.
So if they signed him, I'm sorry.
But PJ Walker, I mean, before that last drive, what was he doing well? He really wasn't doing anything well.
Not much.
5'10". On key third downs, he got sacked like 3 times, 4 times.
Yes. Let's give it. Dustin Hopkins again.
I know. Finally, we have a kicker.
I mean,
exactly.
I looked at this. So he's 7. He is 7 for 7 now on 50 yards or more. He just kicked a career high 58-yarder to help us put us in front 33-31 with 6.5 minutes to go. Some amazing things. I mean, Dustin Hopkins, just having him, knowing that he can do that and knowing that he's going to make it is just a huge thing for the Browns, even when they're struggling at offense. If they can get around that 40-yard line, especially in a dome stadium like today, that's almost money now.
Yeah. Dustin Hopkins has been really, really good.
So
he's basically insurance. We know that if we aren't able to make it past the 40-yard line, more or less, that we're basically guaranteed 3 points.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, Sam, I just want to go reflect back here. I wrote a bunch of, the game started out with Ford's 69-yard burst, which was just dynamite. We all just like, oh my God. And then of course, the Browns defense, and you were thinking, okay, we're going to do this, but then they blow it on a Myles Garrett jumped off sides play again. Browns defense faltered there, gave up the big play to their new wide receiver Downs.
He was pretty good.
Kids from North Carolina, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Myles in that first half, we talked about how dominating he was. 2 strip sacks, one that went. We got a touchdown on. A blocked field goal from a defensive end where he jumped over the center. Amazing play. Basically helped the Browns get the lead going into halftime. Was it 27-21 at halftime? Or 20?
Yes.
27-21.
27-21 halftime.
Yeah, and then They just kept hitting some field goals, but then the Colts come back. Denzel Ward with a nice interception, where he kind of got burned and then read it and got the pick. Thought maybe he went out for concussion, but he came back in at the end of the game. Again, just amazing stuff. That last drive, the Browns took the ball over with just over 2.5 minutes to go before the at the 2-minute warning time. And, PJ made he made a huge throw to Elijah Moore where the ball seemed like it was Elijah Moore.
DPJ
had a catch finally.
Donovan Peoples-Jones
had
a
lot of non-Cleveland fans that do not like our team were all texting me complaining about how the Colts got screwed and they had all these calls against them at the end, and the pass
penalty against
yes,
Amari
I know what
Cooper.
You're gonna right.
That was iffy. Now the one against Donovan Peoples-Jones, the DB had a hold of his arm while the ball was in the air. The referee does not judge the trajectory of the pass. He's looking at the wide receiver and the DB, and the guy grabbed it. It doesn't matter if it's not, if he couldn't have caught it, it doesn't matter. He grabbed him by the arm in the end zone, pass interference, ball on the one. That's going to be called every time.
Sam?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I thought you were going to say something.
Oh, no, sorry. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are saying, I think, Steve, what you're saying is right, but I'm pretty sure the rules, I haven't actually read them. I don't actually know where I'm supposed to find that information, but I'm pretty sure the rules say that it has to be an inbounds pass or at least close to it somewhat. I'm pretty sure that's what people were annoyed about. They were saying that the ball wasn't even close to being an actual catch.
Early in the fourth quarter. Ball. Well, there was the play early in the fourth quarter where I was listening to the radio guys from Cleveland, and Cooper got interfered with, and he threw the flag, and then they picked it up about the 9 or 10 minute mark. That was awful, and the radio guys could not understand why that happened. I don't know what they said on the TV broadcast because I wasn't listening to it at that point, but
they said no foul. That's all they said.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the people talking.
But these are the new Kardiac Kids, I think. I mean, they're pulling games out of their butts and just taking us all down to the wire, giving us all holding our breath and just so much anxiety. But they got the win, and the Browns are now 4-2. 4-2.
I know.
2-game winning streak.
That hasn't happened in a long time.
I think the defense, I've seen a lot of people saying that the defense was bad because we gave up 38 points. But I think even though we still gave up 38 points, the defense, we had 4 sacks, 3 fumbles, and an interception caused to.
Oh, yeah. I think we won did we win the turnover battle today?
Let's see. We have 2 interceptions and no fumbles. They have 3 fumbles and an interception, so it's 4-2. So
it was 4-2. Yeah.
So we were 4-2. Good. Well, that's a good step in the right direction. We kind of needed that.
I think it was the offense's fault. The defense created so many opportunities for the offense to have a chance of really putting this game away, and they couldn't do anything.
The defense there early in the third quarter. Do you remember Myles Garrett had the blocked pass early in the third? Yeah. And if what's his face, Telvin Tomlinson, he didn't see it, but if he had just seen it, I bet we get another interception.
Look up.
Yeah, but that's one of those things where you're spinning and he just didn't. That could have been a real nice gift.
That would have been nice.
By the way, hell of a game by Jordan Elliott. Hell of a game by Jordan Elliott.
Yeah.
I texted that to you.
He showed up. I mean, the play before the strip sack in the end zone was set up by Jordan Elliott just bull rushing the center and getting a sack on Minshew. Yes. I mean, bravo. And this is the 3rd game in a row where he has made a difference. He is Jim Schwartz has
Yes.
turned this guy around.
Oh yeah.
Well, Sam, what were you going to say about that?
I think Jim Schwartz has done really good with Jordan Elliott. Jordan Elliott's someone who I think we all know he probably could be a pretty decent player, but he wasn't showing it under Joe Woods. I think Joe Woods was holding the entire defense back, but especially these high caliber players that we knew could have potential.
Amen.
And he was holding them back. And so I think this is what Jordan Elliott should have actually been looking like if Joe Woods wasn't keeping him from showing that.
Yeah,
the Colts,
I would agree.
The Colts gained, I think last I looked, 450 or 460 yards of offense, but
456.
Okay, so 456 was a hell of a lot, but it didn't ever feel like they were getting toasted on the run.
Mm-mm.
I didn't see elite running. I mean, Jonathan Taylor had a few that had a one nice drive there, but it was just the big plays, the 59-yard pass and then the 75-yard pass. I mean, that's 150 yards of offense right there. So those are things that, I don't think, I think those numbers are a little bit deceiving. I don't think they're going to really, I wonder how this will do with the Browns rankings moving into this week. I'm not a big into all that, but I kept thinking to myself we're giving up a crap load of yardage and points, but
but defense still ended up working out.
I was your anti Browns fan early in the game, and I know Steve, you were probably screaming at me on the phone because I was like ball game early on in the game.
That.
Yeah,
I saw Watson go down, and you're like, nope, that's it, we're done.
I had my phone in my pocket. I don't look at my phone during games.
That's good.
If I'm frustrated, I don't want to be further frustrated. I think today we learned how valuable Taki is at linebacker.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Tony Fields, and he got that. He recovered that fumble in the end zone, but Taki is a better linebacker than Tony Fields is.
Yes.
And that's where a lot of those big runs came from. And also Delpit, for some reason, early in the game was out of position a lot.
Yes.
And I think they're going to look at this film and say, look, you guys got to tighten this up.
Well, that first touchdown, Greg Newsome was he ran like he got mixed up on that first pass play, right? Right. Okay. And then the second one that they scored on was just one of those plays where you thought when you watched it live, Newsome had the tackle, just missed it. And then Martin Emerson just came from a bad angle because he was getting guarded by the guy that he was up against. And it just bang, bang. And it, when it happened, I'm like, oh, jeez. Like, because at that point it's 38-33. You're going, oh man. And you gotta get a touchdown. And there's like, how the hell are we going to get a touchdown? But this is why this is a miracle. This is why we're the Kardiac Kids 2.0 this year.
I think one thing I'd like to point out real quick is the interception by Denzel Ward. It was
nice.
It was a good interception, but the offense came out. I think they got 2 yards after that. I'm pretty sure they got 2 yards after that. I think that was a prime example of the offense not being able to turn these turnovers into anything.
But they got a field goal.
They did get a field goal. They did get a field goal. That's right.
But it was only because Denzel Ward brought the interception back to field goal range. I think if that interception was 20 yards back, I think that would have ended up being a punt.
Right. No, I hear you, but the fact, but it's good. I mean, he got the interception.
Yeah.
That was at the 10-minute mark.
Was a good play.
It gave the Browns a 30-21 lead, which was at the time, I felt like, okay, we got more than a touchdown lead.
Yeah.
And you were just hoping that, okay, if the defense could have gotten one more maybe early turnover, like the one that we missed on when Delvin Tomlinson turned around. I mean, any one of those plays could have, the Browns, if they get that lead up to, let's say 33 or 37-21, I think then we're in a game where we're holding on to the very end, and maybe the defense comes up with a final stop. But instead we get this crazy ending again, where for the second game in a row, the Browns come back and stun a team that probably thought they had the game won. And last week, that happened in San Francisco. We got the lead, but then San Francisco looks like they're comfortably going to hit a 40-yard field goal, then they lose it. And that's what the Kardiac Kids back in the day were doing, man. They were these games at the end of those seasons, Sam, and I know you weren't around back then, but in 79 to 80, this is what the Browns did. Every game, there would be something crazy that would happen. And the Browns,
like in 80, I think they had something like 9 comeback wins.
Yeah, and they had some losses. I still remember
that Green Bay game, that sight pass to Dave Logan with about 20 and then there was seconds left in the game.
And in the same time, there was a game earlier, and I don't know if it was the 79 season or that same 80 season, where they lost on the last play to the Minnesota Vikings in cold up there in Minnesota.
That was 80 because the Vikings clinched that game, and the next week the Browns clinched.
Yes, because we were thinking that they were going to clinch, and then we were like, oh.
Ahmad Rashad caught that Hail Mary in Minnesota.
I'll never forget it because I was about 11, 12 years old when that happened. And then, we lose to the Raiders in the playoff game. It's similar sort of goes down to the wire. We get down to the 8 or not 10, 12-yard line. It would have been a 25 or 30-yard field goal.
The lake.
And we decide to go for it, and we lose 14-12 when it was minus 20 degrees outside. So
red right 88.
But that's what happened then. Now we've got these new Browns who are now 4-2. They pull off a miracle. I say miracle because even though they had the lead, they lost it with and were able to get the lead back with their third string quarterback.
5:38 left in the game. They're down 5. They have a backup quarterback who hasn't done anything.
Yes.
They get the ball back and they have to punt again.
Right.
And then the defense stops and they get the ball back with 2:30 something?
Yes. That's a really good point.
And then they go down the field. That was Kevin Stefanski's best drive he's called.
And the defense to stop them, and the Colts played it very conservatively.
Yes, they did
on their series, giving the ball back to the Browns.
Well, they ran it 3 times. They had to.
Yeah.
So I this is a signature win by Kevin Stefanski. It is, and you got to give him credit. He's dealing with a lot of different stuff. Watson goes down. PJ Walker comes in. He's not the greatest in the world. Let's face facts. He was your third string quarterback coming into the season. Joined this team right before training camp. Give him his props. That last series, he made good decisions, and it's good to see Elijah Moore come in. Good to see DPJ, of course. David Njoku had a good game.
Marquise Goodwin.
Marquise Goodwin had a good game.
I love that trick play. What did I tell you in the pregame show? I wanted to see one more.
Yes. Yep. No, it was, and DPJ got a good catch in there. I think
finally showed up. Yeah.
And David Njoku had a few nice plays. Led the team in receiving for a while there. I don't know. Amari Cooper, did he only end up with one catch?
No, it might have been.
Or maybe
might have
I
been
think it
more.
was 2.
I think it was 2. I have it pulled up right here. Let me check.
I think the second catch was
2 catches, 22 yards.
Yeah.
Well,
so
guys,
he was
what
not
a game.
as good as we wanted it.
What a game. We are. I'm mentally and physically like spent right now. But you know what? It is Victory Monday.
Yeah.
Again for the Brownies. We're going to have a Victory Monday show. And also we're going to give away another free t-shirt right now. We're going to, I'm not going to give it away now, but we're going to put it out there on social media, and we're going to announce the winner tomorrow on our Monday Victory Monday show. So I'll put that out there. Make sure you follow our Fanatical Elfz Network. And just follow us, guys. We're on Apple, Spotify, YouTube. We love the fact that you've joined us. We've gained many followers even today on our Browns train, and we look forward to bringing you more great shows. Sam down there with his Browns breakdowns. Steve's got his Dog Pound South show coming up tomorrow.
I'm going to be so happy tomorrow.
I know, mine's going to be happy too.
Excellent. Final takes before we let everybody go.
Well,
Sam.
I'm going to mention one thing. The worst part about being here is I still have the Texas Rangers Game 6 against the Astros ALCS to watch. So my cardiac arrest chances are still going to go higher today.
Who are you taking? Who you got?
Oh, man. The Astros have not been good at home, and we've got one of our better pitchers out. So I think it's going to be the Rangers this game, but I don't know about Game 7. Because Game 7, we're not going to be running out. No, I'm a Rangers fan. I think the Rangers are going to win. I think the Rangers are going to win. But next game, we're not running out a very good pitcher, and so I don't know about next game, but hopefully we'll win this game.
Well, Sam, thanks for joining us. I know it's great. Sam's doing a great job with all these shows he's doing. And now, do you, how hot is it down there today? It's pretty hot. Wasn't it like yesterday, like 90 degrees or something?
Yeah, it's about 90 degrees. It's warm, but it's been cool. It's been like cool. It was cool for like 3 weeks. It was in like the mid to low 70s, sometimes a little lower than that, sometimes in the 60s, and then it shot back up. I don't know when it's going to go back down, but yeah, it's been a little warm. So hopefully it will cool down, but it's not been terrible. Excellent. It's been better than August.
Excellent. Excellent. Sam, Steve, final thoughts tonight.
Excellent win. Let's see it carry over, going to Seattle.
Yes.
Seattle scares me a little bit, because the Browns
have gone
out there before with better teams and had their butts handed to them.
Are we 0-5 or 0-4 in the last 30 years? I think we're.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Browns aren't going to march out Mike Pagel on that. But anyway, if they can get a win this week in Seattle, then they come home and play Arizona. So
yes,
we have the Browns have a potential to string a nice winning streak.
Hopefully,
yeah. But this was an excellent win for the Browns. They beat the Colts with the roof open and the window shut.
And that record, that streak, is no longer. They just made that streak up.
10-1.
Yeah, whoever made that.
I opened my front door and opened a window, and we won.
That's great. Everybody, thanks for joining us here on the Fanatical Elves Network. The Browns stunned the Colts 39-38. We are the Kardiac Kids 2.0. Go Browns. We'll talk to you soon. Hey, and sign up for that T-shirt. Take care, everybody. Go Brownies.
Go Browns.
Let me find some music.
Go
Let's go. Where's my music? Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. See ya.